What is going on, guys? One more time here, Social Banter Podcast, and as always, with the one and only Melissa Cruz. How you doing, baby?
I'm good, baby. Having a old-fashioned. Getting ready to start our interview.
Of course, you're having an old-fashioned, as always. I'm having my my Crown Royal Vanilla and
but you mix
Coke
it
Zero.
up with the Coke Zero Cherry this time.
Oh yeah, Coke Zero Cherry. That was actually really, really tasty. But guys, we have such a big announcement on this episode, and such a big icon in the local music industry, and not only the music industry, but as well as the actual community itself with what he does in his day-to-day life. But before we get to him, we want to thank all of our fans.
All our fans.
Of course.
You want to thank
all the support. Who? Congruo.com for all your marketing needs. Go check him out. He has been amazing to us and on helping us build this podcast. So go check him out. Also, Raul Sanchez Photography. Amazing photos, amazing video. Go check out the magician, Raul Sanchez. And also, of course, the one and only Danny MacArthur. Such a great artist. Such an amazing artist. Oh my God.
With the little stick figure we sent her to the logo that she made. Way big difference.
It was great. It was great. But now we're adding another sponsor to our list, which is a main sponsor. I mean,
and we've known them for many years. I remember going to the original shop that Mitch opened down where the screen printing is.
Yep.
For the very first time. That was what? When did he open that? 11 years ago now? 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Guys, you guys know who we're talking about. I mean, if you don't know by now, you're going to know now. So I wasn't going to say that. Big Papa line. Guys, the one and only Legendary Tattoos and Legendary Screen Printing, guys. We're having them here in the studio. We have Puff tonight.
What's up?
With Legendary Screen Printing.
What's up, guys?
And we have Mitch coming up in the next two episodes. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to have Mitch's episode air. We just got sponsorship by them, and we're very happy. We're very ecstatic, and we just we're so happy because we've been in the Legendary family, as you can call it, for many years, since pretty much the beginning. And you know, Melissa has known Mitch since way longer than 11
years.
It's
he
crazy.
Had just opened the shop.
Yeah.
My very first, when I went in there for a tattoo.
And pretty much 99.9% of the tattoos in Melissa's body are all by Mitch.
Sorry, I don't trust anybody else. I know they're all good in there, but it's a habit after 11 years.
Yes, understood. And loyalty is always there. And
no, but I remember meeting Puff when I was there, and I was a little nervous. And what does he have to give me as a shot? What was the purple stuff? Chambord?
I don't even remember.
Yes, it was like the only thing you had in the shop.
I don't even remember.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not even sure for purple stuff.
Yeah, it was like Chambord or something.
No idea.
Yes.
Oh, it was probably one of Puff's concussions, and you didn't even know.
Yeah.
You don't even know, because this guy can pull some shit. I'm telling you right now. We got so many stories coming up, guys. It's ridiculous. But thank you once again for being here and taking taking you away from work, because I know you guys are super freaking busy, man.
Yeah, it's good, man. We're blessed. Everything's going very well.
That's badass.
And appreciate you guys having us. It's fantastic. You know?
Hell yeah, man, for sure. You guys are family, and we have Puff's muscle. We're not gonna disclose his name, but his
He's
muscle
just sitting
is
back
here
in the
to
shadows. It's okay.
security guard or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, let's get into it. Puff. Chris motherfucking Reid. Yo. So, first things first, because for our new listeners, especially worldwide, because I don't know if you knew, but we are officially worldwide as of, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Australia
And Indonesia.
Nice.
As well.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. What's up, Australia?
Yeah,
what? So, Puff, where does that name come from, bro?
Oh, so the mystery.
The mystery.
Well, a lot of people think they know where it comes from. And
This is going to be good.
I would tend to agree with them
Okay.
about what they believe how I got the name.
Okay.
But the real reality of it is this: it's a strange story. The very first tattoo shop that I ever worked at was in Tarpon. It was at Anclote and Alternate 19. It was called Big Daddy Al's Painless Steel, and so I worked there, and the boss could never really remember my name, like calling me Do Boy, New Guy, Apprentice. I mean, my name is Chris, so it's like,
Exactly.
come on, man. It's
Simple. Chris.
Yeah,
so
not that
easy.
hard.
What's up, bro?
So, well, and this goes on for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. And I was just like, come on, man. He's calling me Homer. And I'm like, come on, man. It's Chris. It's so easy. So one night, I'm bringing him home the money to his house. And he's just sitting there on his couch. And I walk in and he goes, hey, I thought of a name for you. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, HR Puffin Stuff. And I was like, what the fuck is HR Puffin Stuff? Because I'm 15 years old at this time. You know what I mean? This is 20. I started when I was 15.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is HR Puffin Stuff? And he's like, oh, it's a 70s cartoon show. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, how about Puff? And he was like, Puff, I can remember that. And that's it. And that's literally it.
Shit,
and then,
bro.
years later, now I know who HR Puffin Stuff is. And I got him tattooed on my shit.
Oh, look at
So
that.
I got the HR Puffin Stuff.
That is awesome.
hysterical.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so that's that story.
He's got a
Oh my
badass
God.
tattoo on his leg of HR Puff and stuff. That is amazing.
So yeah, and it just
story.
always
Wow.
stuck because like from then on, like, I know so many Chris's. Like I could be in a room with 20 people and there's 25 Chris's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
knows
yeah,
you as
for
Chris
sure.
now. Everybody knows you as Puff.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody
So
knows.
Even when I
I
met
had to
him
separate.
from the
I
longest,
had to kill Chris for a little
Yeah.
bit.
yeah, for the
I had to
longest
kill
time.
him.
Yeah.
And I had to become Puff. So
I literally, since I met him, I did not know his name for the longest time.
there was still people
Literally, for over 5 years,
Oh,
I did
no.
not know.
See,
I
I
did
knew.
not know
Mitch
his
told me
actual.
when I
when
was
I,
in
when,
the
I,
shop.
when I got
But-
Facebook, you know what I mean? Like when I started on it when I was in broadcasting school in 2007.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't let you use nicknames or anything. So I didn't want to use my last name, so I just used Chris Reid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Which
and
is a pretty cool name too. You could use that for radio and
thanks.
stuff.
That's my
Yeah.
real name, but I mean,
Chris Reid.
Chris. So, basically, I didn't touch it for like a long time, and then when I got back on, people was like, "Oh my God, is this Puff?" I had no idea your name was Chris. I've known these people for like 12 or 13 years, and I'm like, seriously, man, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. It's crazy.
but it's just
crazy.
like, I
But
just
it's
kept
the
telling
damn
people.
truth. I mean, sometimes I even forget, because it's all I call him. It's all I ever called him was
Right.
Puff. And if somebody goes, well, who is that, Puff? Yeah, but who is he? I'm like,
Puff.
oh, fuck.
It's Puff. Puff is Puff.
Yeah,
Come
even,
on, bro.
Even my
You
mom,
don't know that name?
my mom would call the tattoo shop that I worked for, and she'd be like, "May I speak with Christopher?" And they're like, "Sorry, ma'am, there's no Christopher here."
yeah,
And they're
there's
like, "Can I speak with Puff?" And so I got my mom calling me Puff now too.
man, that is
Otherwise, they're like,
hilarious.
"There's no Christopher that works here, ma'am." Like,
Yeah.
no idea what you're
They
talking
don't
about.
understand. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What?
Oh, let me talk to Puff. She's from West Virginia.
That is hilarious.
So yeah, they're like, "Oh, hey Puff, it's your mom."
That is hilarious. Oh man. So we got Puff. We've been slacking. I'm sorry, but we're gonna do it now. Cheers, guys. We got cheers.
Salute.
We're slacking.
We're having a drink.
Cheers,
We're already having such a great time that we even forgot to cheers before we
That's
started.
right. Got some whiskey flowing in the room.
What you got for Puff, baby?
Some whiskey.
What do you remember the name of it? I forgot.
I forgot it too.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. It was a cool bottle,
It
though.
was.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking
something
bottle.
Smooth.
Yeah, I
Country
forgot.
smooth.
Country
Smooth.
Okay.
It is a new one that I had just found at ABC Liquor. They were running a big special on it, so I tried it out.
We're not sponsored by them, by the way.
No.
But if you guys want to,
I'd like to try a whiskey that's City Tough.
Yeah.
okay.
You know, country smooth.
Yeah, City Tough. There you go.
There you go.
I just like to try all different brands, and this one was on sale, and they were running some deals on it. I said, I'll try it.
Let's try it out. Hell yeah, that's what we do. So, if you guys don't know, Puff is also a musician, an amazing musician, also a songwriter, because he writes his own music as well. He's been on plenty of bands throughout the years.
Oh, yeah.
And such a great bass player. Holy shit. I wish I could. You see, that's why I can't wait for the podcast to be big enough so I can have the video and stuff like that, like Joe Rogan does.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe Rogan. So I wish I could show the videos on how you do those triplets that I love that you do and the quadruplets on the bass that you can't even
that's
see.
my favorite thing.
Yeah, that was your signature, bro. And then you do this whole, like, you lick your hand and then you start slapping it like you're slapping that ass. Man, you were, honestly, when I moved to Florida, I gotta say you were the number one bass, or you were, because obviously, shame on you, but you don't play anymore. But
I'm in a holding pattern.
exactly, on a hiatus.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, for the longest time, you were the one bass player that I always looked up to, and it's like, fuck, dude,
man. I
what
really
can I do
appreciate
to
that.
be half as good as that? And that's when I joined, that's when I met Brett and shit, and started doing that
I
other
appreciate
stuff.
you saying that.
Yeah, man, and that's when our relationship started. That's when I met you, like, shit, almost 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah, it
a
was.
crazy fucking long
Yeah.
time, bro. Wow.
Feels like another life ago, you know what I mean?
I know, seriously.
Nuts.
But what is it like now? I mean, what is it like now that, first of all, let's go a little bit further back. What made you get out of it? What was the final draw? What was...
Well, it wasn't really just one thing, it was really a combination of I've been playing on stage since I was 14 years old. So,
Yeah.
Sometime around, 20 years later, doing the same thing over and over again, you know what I mean? Like, it was just very taxing.
Burned out.
You know what I mean? And then you get into a new project and it's fun and exciting and you build it up, and then it's down and
That's
then
my
boom, we're on
life.
to the next one. You know what I mean? And you're playing all these shows, you know what I mean? Like, it was the best times of my life were spent on stage, you know what I mean?
Of
Like,
course, exactly.
You know what I mean? But it just got to be something that was just it was a lot, you know what I mean? It was a lot to deal with, just not only juggling the schedule and things of that nature, but band members here and there. You're just like, oh man, it's like I have to get out before I totally fully hate music. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like before, like I'm like, okay, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Like completely.
Yeah.
So it was just like one of those things where I was just burnt out. You know what I mean? Doing 20 years straight on stage. You know what I mean?
Because you were going
I went
hard,
from band
bro.
to band to band to
Yeah.
band to band. You know what I mean? Like.
And
I
the
took-
shit
I
that
took
you
it
were
to-
playing was not all that easy.
What
Right.
instrument was this?
Bass.
Bass.
Like this
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
I mean, fucking nominal. I mean,
I've only seen recordings.
heard recordings. Have you seen them? Have you seen any of the live videos?
Yeah.
Ever? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen some of the live videos, but that's it. I've never saw them.
Hey, this is something that I'm gonna talk to Mitch
front.
more about, but I didn't found. Shout out to Jay Donadio for finding this. Jay
Which
Donadio
we'll be interviewing him next as well.
That's gonna be the next episode.
Nice.
He sent me a link in archive.org or .com or whatever that website is.
What is that?
And it was Rock the Block 2.
Oh, Rock the Block.
And it was driven
Nice.
and a new.
Nice.
Bro.
Yeah. That was Mitch's first show, I think.
The first show back, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that
wow.
was his first show back from, because he was in Paradigm after Stigma.
Yeah.
And then he took a break, and then I got him to come in and join us in a new, and that was his first show back. So yeah, that was a cool show.
That's crazy.
I thought that event was really cool.
Yeah, it was. So we have the audio.
So this was more
That's
heavy
awesome.
rock,
That's crazy.
right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
was definitely. What would you consider yourself?
I don't even know,
Yeah.
man. It was
Was there
like,
screaming
metal.
like?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's,
it's like-
but there's
it's like-
there's
yeah.
also singing. though.
Yeah.
very much melodic
Yeah.
metal. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
tribal in essence, because
Exactly.
Right.
we were all drummers. We were all playing
Yeah.
those big
And
drums.
you got
big,
Julius in
big
there
loud
with
drums.
the Tampa
Yeah, exactly.
Tycho. Shout out
Yeah.
to Julius.
Yeah, Joe's the man. But yeah, just those big fat drums that were all rhythmic. So it was very like tribal.
Oh yeah.
Melodic,
Badass.
tribal melodic metal. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely one of my more favorite projects because, you know, it was just kind of like a super group of people in the area. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like this guy was in this band. This guy was in this
Exactly.
band. This guy was in this band. And it kind of all came together. You know what I mean? They had already been, you know, traveling up that road,
Yep.
and then me and Mitch joined. So it was me, Mitch, and Nick. You know what
Yep.
I mean? So it was definitely cool, man. Definitely got to play one of the biggest shows I've ever played, which was the Cuban Club gig.
Hell
with Seven
yeah.
Dust. That was an amazing show.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
was a
That
pretty
sounds
I
awesome.
did, that was
show,
just
yeah.
phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, and you know,
And
what I
it
mean?
was sold out, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And it was great, man, because it was like one of those moments where it was like, wow, it's like totally it's the biggest crowd I've ever played
This
in
is
front of.
why we do
You know what I
it.
mean? Exactly. It was amazing. I was glad that I was able to get that last big huge one. You know what I mean? Before I took my, you know, temporary.
And it was
hiatus.
with Seven Dust. I
That's
mean,
that's
Yeah.
what
that's
better
awesome.
way
Yeah,
to
exactly.
what better
Yeah.
ways to do this, dude? I mean,
Yeah.
you guys play with Seven Dust. Driven played with Seven Dust
Right.
a few times as well, man. It was every single time. It's just because we played sold out State Theater with Seven Dust.
Yeah.
That's what Driven did.
Yeah, that's right.
And that show was like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Hell
You
yeah.
know, but it was
That's crazy.
it was a really good run. But and so you were within a year, you've been with Stigma, what other bands were you in the area with that were rumbling around?
Well, after Stigma, we had kind of ran that through. That went on from like '98 to 2005, I think.
Yeah.
It's like 7 or 8 years, and then I kind of I did a couple of things here and there. I was singing for a band, A Day Without Pain, and then we ended up not releasing the album, and then I basically went on to join Screaming at the Silence.
Yeah. Which we'll
Or
get
no,
into
no,
that.
No, actually, before that, it was Life Score. Before that was Life Score.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so you know that ran through, and that was
Yeah!
awesome. And that was awesome, man. I loved that band. I thought it was a great band.
Yeah,
I had
for
such
sure.
a good time. I have a good time in any band that I'm in. I truly do, you know. But yeah, I liked that a lot. You know what I mean? We wrote some cool tunes, and you know, it was short, but it was fucking cool. You know?
Hell
what I mean?
yeah, for
we
sure,
played.
for sure.
We got to play like back to back with two of my favorite bands. We got to play with Flaw and Rehab on a Friday night, and then Rehab and Flaw on
Yeah.
a Saturday night. It was
That's
two different
hilarious.
locations. It was like
We
it
just
was totally,
played-
It was
it-
totally awesome. Like
That's
I know,
awesome.
and Flaw
Yeah.
and Rehab at that time were like my two favorite bands.
It's funny
And it was
because
just-
that's back when Flaw used to actually be big.
Yeah.
And HD, we just played with Flaw not
Yeah.
too long ago
Right.
at Brass Mug.
Yeah,
And
nice.
it was like, meh.
It's
Like,
crazy.
what
say
happened
that,
to
though.
them?
Yeah.
You know, like because I used to be a fan of Flaw as well. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I
I
saw them
love
there.
Flaw.
I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
they kind of went through a weird transition there. where I think
Exactly.
They changed some members. I'm not really sure. But,
Yeah, just like
but
Saliva.
like
yeah.
at that time, Rehab and Flaw were both like my top
Hell
two
yeah.
favorite bands, and we were playing with them literally in the same show. You know what I mean? Like, or I actually, you know what? I actually take that back. It was Flaw on a Friday and then Flaw on a Saturday. Then the next week it was Rehab on a Friday and Rehab on a Saturday. So we did double duty 2 weeks in a row.
That's awesome.
One week with each band. And I
That's
was like-
sick.
It was one of those things where it's like, oh my god, this is so awesome. I was standing on the side stage watching the drummer. It was like, you know,
Of course.
it was
Just
very-
like,
it was awesome, dude. I was
You're
like,
so
I love
good,
these
bro.
guys. You know what I mean? It was very cool, man. So that you know part was awesome. And then after Life Scorn, I I went literally directly from Life Scorn to Screaming at Silence. And like that, literally like the next couple of days.
All right, so I'm sorry to stop you here, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, you brought it up now.
Well, Screaming at the Silence, we've already had two other people
we had
on
two
here
people here
talking about this.
Which update? Everything was good between them and everything, but the drummer has parted ways with Screaming at the Silence. Screaming at the Silence is looking for a new drummer. So if you guys know a good drummer that can keep up, please give Mike a shout.
Absolutely.
For shizzle. But anyways, right now, Screaming at the Silence. Yeah. Mike was here.
Yeah.
All right.
I heard that show. It was
fantastic. Oh, you heard it.
Yeah,
so you heard that he
Thank you.
He did some jabs, so we're here to you, huh? Are you gonna fire back or what's up?
I'm not gonna fire back on Mike.
Oh,
Mike is one of my special best friends.
Literally.
he truly is, man. I don't have a bad word to say about him. He didn't
either. He didn't say anything
He said
negative.
some very, very, very nice things. I was very grateful for that, and our friendship is definitely something special because during Stigma he was in a band called Blind Reality. They were a little bit younger.
Exactly.
We were kind of like helping them, and like we were playing shows with them and stuff.
You took them under your wing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they were always like cool kids. You know what I mean? Just a couple years younger, but I mean, they couldn't get into the clubs. Like we were like, yeah, you could come play with us. You know what I mean? Like, and Mike is just such an awesome dude. You know what I mean? Like,
you see, and that's one thing that I love about the bands here in our circle, in our area, or the ones that we have been running with for the longest time. It's because the camaraderie that comes inside of the community and the way that they help each other. Like, you guys didn't have to take another band of a bunch of punk kids under your wing, but they were so nice, and the way that they were pursuing, you saw something on them.
Yeah, for sure.
In them, I'm
Absolutely.
sorry.
Yeah, they're definitely, like I said, they were definitely just starting out in that aspect, and
just a willingness.
We were only just a couple of years ahead of them. Like, we already been on the scene and played like tons of shows, and then they were just starting to get their shows together. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
You know what I mean? We know exactly what we knew.
You were
exactly
giving
what
them that extra push.
About. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that's a tough time. You know what I mean? When you're trying to get things done, and you know what I mean, you're trying to start something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so. for sure. And and we appreciate that, because that's one thing. One of the things that you actually taught me when I saw you, back in the old Gas Alley days, and old, all the what was that place called, the over by Busch Gardens?
Brass Bug?
No. Pegasus Lounge.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. I mean, how many shows did we play over there?
Yeah.
That was just stupid. And that place used to get shut up and stuff like that. I'm like, luckily with none of us, shut up. Shut
down.
Yeah.
Okay. You're confusing me there. Yeah. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, shot.
Okay.
Like, as in
shut up.
Shots.
Thank you for the illustration over there. Because I'm thinking, shut up. No, that's not
but luckily it wasn't with any.
I was on her level. I was like, wait a second.
Luckily without none of the bands in there or anything like that. But it was crazy place, and for us to be younger and having them, to look up to, and they would show us the ropes on how to go about things, and and shows like that, because we were green as hell, and I was coming from Puerto Rico into a fucking completely different culture, completely different everything.
Yeah.
And it was a big culture shock for me to go from playing jazz and blues and fucking Latin music to, and a little bit of Spanish rock over there, to you're in the metal scene over here, and it's either do or die, pretty much,
So how long were you with Screaming at the Silence?
Let's see.
A long fucking time.
Yeah, it was.
And then you left and came back, right?
No. I left it in then I went on to a new, like, literally.
Oh, okay.
So that's when the back to back bands happened. Like, it was Life Scorn, and then bang, a day and a half, 2 days later, I was in Screaming at the Silence. I think I was in Screaming at the Silence for like 5 years, and then bam, I left Screaming at the Silence, and the next day I was in a new. So it was like no time in between. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was just non-stop.
You had a really awesome, crazy run.
It was an insane run. Yeah,
I mean,
it was so crazy run.
If you guys get a chance, go on YouTube, Google them. I don't care how you do it. Just find videos of Puff back when he used to play Screaming at the Silence
Yeah,
on
Screaming at the
YouTube
Silence has a lot of great
because
videos.
the way him and Mike connected on stage, it was ridiculous. I mean, the shows that they put together and everything, that it wasn't. You can tell that obviously it's not choreographed, but it's just the connection that you guys had out there. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Definitely.
always on point, and it was everybody was going for it.
Yeah, the Screaming at the Silence thing was crazy too because during the 5 or 6 years that I was there, it went through so many different incantations. There were so many. There was like a couple different drummers. There was like 3 different drummers. There was like 5 guitar players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's it was just crazy. You know what I mean? Like we would record an album. And boom, somebody would quit or be fired, and then I have to get the new guy in and record him on the album.
Yep.
But by then we dropped that song, we recorded a new one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we did that. We did that album like 3 times. That
Yeah.
first album that came out. You know what I mean? And then like dropping off songs here. Of course, we want to put this brand new one we just wrote on there.
Exactly.
So let's get those drums down. You know what I mean? Like so, it was just the Screaming at the Silence was a lot, but it was cool because I had the recording under my wing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, boom. This
You
is
already knew what to do.
This is my baby.
Yeah.
I got my Pro Tools set up.
Exactly.
My stuff. You know what I mean? Like, big bang boom. So for me, that was awesome. But I didn't intend on making 3 albums out of one album. You know what I mean? So it just, that recording process just went really long for like 2 years. You know, but then finally, we finally were like, got to get this out. You know what I mean? No matter who's in the band right now, we got to get this out. You know, so...
so is a new the last one you played in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I went right from Screaming at the Silence to a new. And we were about ready to go into the studio to do the album, but, you know what I mean? I graciously bowed out only because, I just so burnt out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, I was getting to a point where, like, I didn't really care about music anymore. I didn't really want to listen to music. I went without turning on my stereo for, like, 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
Really?
Drove... And that was it.
Wow.
Never turned the radio,
Silence.
never turned the radio
Silence.
on after leaving music. You know what I mean? Didn't touch a CD. Didn't, you know what I mean? Like, the only time I heard music was when I was in some kind of store. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But yeah, dude, just driving in silence, man. It was peaceful. You know what I mean?
No,
it was
of course.
It's like, oh, I'm just
You
tired.
get to think.
I'm just tired. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very, very long run. But again, I played some of the coolest shows like ever. You know what I mean? Like, for me, you know what I mean? Like, I've gotten to play some of the biggest stages with a couple huge acts, and that was just big, you know what I mean?
With your
like,
boys too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Because
I mean,
you were in a
taking
deal
it
with
from
Mitch.
taking it from the ground and then being like, bam, like here it is, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, and then like bringing Mitch back in was totally awesome because it was kind of like, all right, man. We got the guys back together.
The
type
last
deal, you
run.
know what I mean? Like,
Like
it
the
was
reunion.
It was really cool, man. Yeah. I was glad when Mitch was like, yeah, man, all right. And he brought in a fresh new sound, and that album was going to be awesome.
Amazing sound, too.
It was gonna be a great album, but just didn't come to fruition fast enough. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But
It happens. It happens, brother. It happens.
It does.
But so let me tell you. Let me ask you here, and you tell me if you don't want to get into it. I'm sorry, I just covered my mouth. But so you're saying that you were 3 to 4 months without opening up your turning on your stereo and listening to music.
Right.
So that transition for you, what was that like?
It was easy though. I mean, like I said, that just shows you how burnt out I really was. You know what I mean? Like when I could just be like, boom, put music cold turkey. You know what I mean? Like I was definitely like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? And then I slowly got to listen to talk radio, and now I primarily listen to 102.5 The Bone. But I mean, you know what I mean? Terrestrial radio, I really don't listen to a whole lot anymore. But like I said, that just shows you like how burnt out I was. It was just like, click, I need to tune out. You know what I mean? I needed to tune out and just be away from this for a while. Gotcha. It was like a bad breakup. You know what I mean? You don't want to look at the pictures.
Exactly. You just want to
don't
burn it
wanna-
all.
So where did that lead you after that?
Well, I mean, obviously I'm listening to music now, but I mean...
But no, in your life after music.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
So
Well, I mean, well, primarily that was when we were basically just starting the shirt shop. You know what I mean? Legendary screen printing. So that was huge. That was huge because that opened up more time for me to devote to that, and really hone in the business. You know what I mean? And like just try and just pedal to the metal. You know
So that
what
was
I mean?
after the tattoo shop opened, though.
Yeah, tattoo shop was open. We've been open for about 7 or 8 years, but we did probably about a year in the garage. So
Yeah,
we've been
that's
7
right.
years at the US 19 location, about a quarter mile away from Legendary Tattoos. We've been in this location. And yeah, like I said, yeah, that was really like the big transition. It was like nose to the grindstone, build this thing up because we had just basically started like within 6 or 9 months. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
When I was like, all right, you know what I mean? It's like just focus, head that direction. You know what I mean? So that was good. You know what I mean? Like, and you've seen what's built up to. We're just plugging along and kicking
No,
ass.
it's been
And
amazing.
you brought more
I mean,
people
what?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a couple guys on staff now. We had some helpers here and there. You know what I mean? Just kids that were hired for a little bit.
Yeah.
And, now we've got 2 full-time employees.
Badass.
Eric's my man down there.
Building
Eric's
that kingdom.
Yep, absolutely. Eric's our lead printer.
Shout out to Eric.
Yeah, that's right. Eric's our man. And, we have Brett's running the embroidery machine now, our buddy Brett.
Oh shit.
And he's kicking ass on that. He's
Oh,
really
alright.
taking a lot.
Shout out to Greg McCosh as well.
That's right. That's my boy. So he's been primarily running that. You know what I mean. So I've been focusing on the emails and the phone calls and the getting the stuff out the door and doing the meetings and things like that. Where I couldn't give the embroidery machine all.
Yeah, because you
all
got to
that
do
love.
everything.
Yeah, I couldn't give it all that love
That's a
because
lot of
bang,
stuff.
I'm over here
Yeah.
all day long. You know what I mean. So
I've been to your shop, and
juggling,
you guys
yeah.
have. There's some big ass machines, and that's
Right.
a lot of work.
It's a
you know what I
juggling
mean?
act.
Yeah,
You
for
know what
sure.
I mean? It
for
truly
sure.
is. So when you get somebody in there to run it, and then you're just like, so sometimes I don't even. I mean, I always go in the back, but sometimes it's like I'm just bang, 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 bang all over the place. You know what
That's
I mean?
awesome.
So yeah, it's truly definitely been a blessing. It's been really good. So
And
we
business is picking up.
just
and
plugging
all-
along, yeah, you know what I
And
mean?
you do
That's
hats,
awesome.
shirts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
I
is it?
mean-
What is it all that you guys do there?
We do screen printing and embroidery.
Yeah.
Screen printing wise, you could do hat. You could do shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, all different kinds of things like that. Bandanas and stuff.
Yeah, I got my legendary hoodie.
I was saying, you're not only doing it for people, you've got your own line as
Yes.
well.
Yeah. Mitch has got his line, which is Legendary LTD.
Yep.
That's legendaryltd.com. So it's tattoo inspired apparel.
Yes.
Which
is badass.
Yeah. That's
The
probably on
artwork,
the site's
the
really-
artwork that these guys have been coming out with is ridiculous. I mean, how many shirts do we have now? And we still want to keep. I'm like, I like that one. Every time you come out with a new one, I'm like, I want that one. I want that one.
The Black Friday worked out great.
Yeah, I know, right?
But now, before
that was like Mitch's vision at the beginning was
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
have his own line, and then the crazy thing about the shirt shop was that it truly took off by word of mouth so much that like we couldn't even print for Mitch. Like he was like weeks out. He's like, this is not why I started the shop.
Exactly.
yeah,
You know, I started the shop to print for me. I can't even get in.
exactly.
You know, so it really, like I said, it kind of blew up with word of mouth and everything. So much so that I can't get to Mitch's stuff so often. You know what I mean?
I bet the boss man is listening right now. So
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
he's scrolling over there at home, like, yep, that motherfucker.
But yeah. Like I said,
Damn, we got to get our order in.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
hey, yeah.
Social banter.
Just so you guys know, you
Yeah.
guys will be seeing some merchandise coming up very, very soon. And not only that, but I got with Mitch, and we talked about it as well over here. We're gonna be doing a mystery box.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right.
We're gonna be doing a monthly mystery box. I don't know if it's gonna be monthly or bi-monthly yet. We'll
We're
have
working
to
out the
talk
kinks.
to Mitch
Yeah,
and
we're working out the kinks and
Puff
figuring it all
about
out.
that.
This is all new to all
Yeah.
of us, so
So we're gonna be doing some really cool stuff for our Patreon people, and
just for our fans in general.
yes, for everybody that listens to us, we're definitely gonna be doing some giveaways now, and we got a lot of stuff coming. We got so many things coming, but we'll keep adding stuff up every episode. All right, so we're moving the ball along.
You guys are doing a fantastic job. Like I said,
Thanks, man.
I was listening to the one again with Mike Ligori, and
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was like, this is awesome. Like, they're really doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, it was good. You know what I mean? It I know lots of people that have had podcasts. You know what I mean? They're God bless them. They're just not fantastic at it. You know what I mean? But you guys, you roped it in. I love what you're doing, Melissa. Kind of roping in the conversation, getting it on track, and I mean, like I said, it seems like you guys have been doing it for a very long time.
I know that's how
already.
I feel.
Like I said, I never thought I would do this.
Right,
I
exactly.
don't
It's
like
great.
listening.
It's great. I love it.
Listen, I do like to talk. I will talk to anybody. I talk to you guys all the time when I see you. But something like this just gets me that.
Yeah.
It's
like great. Yeah, like I said, I love it, and I can't wait to hear more. I can't wait to see who you have coming next.
Oh no, and we got. Speaking of, we actually have an A-tier celebrity coming to our. What I would call an A-tier new age celebrity coming to our podcast very soon.
Nice.
Yep, we're actually doing a recording on February 9th.
Yes.
Excellent.
So that Friday after that, we'll release it.
I think that Friday or the following Friday, it's going to be
within
dropping his episode.
Week or two.
Excellent.
Yep.
So just make sure you guys keep checking out our Facebook and our Instagram to keep checking out the hints on who it is. We already threw a few out there. So if you know who it is, just write it down, or not write it down, but comment on our posts and let us know that you're out there. And even if it is just to say hi, just stop by and say hi. Also, Legendary Tattoos and Legendary Screen Printing, Facebook and Instagram. Go follow them. Go now.
And the website
I don't care if you stop
Yeah.
the podcast right now, but go check them out.
And we've got legendarytattoostudio.com.
Okay.
That's the tattoo shop. Legendaryscreenprinting.com.
Okay.
And Mitch's tattoo-inspired apparel line is legendaryltd.com.
Awesome.
So those are all three places where you can get at us and, see what we can do for you.
And just make sure that if you guys didn't catch all that, just make sure that you guys go down below on the right under the podcast link, and you'll be able to see the links there for all those websites as well. Okay. Now, another thing that I want to talk about. So you got Legendary Screen Printing, you got merch, you got all this stuff. Are you guys working on anything right now? Are you guys do you guys have anything that you extra that you're gonna be bringing out in the future for merchandise wise, or do you guys have any projects in the works?
There's always definitely something that we're doing to transition forward, because you don't want to stay stagnant. You know what I mean? Always new designs, fresh content. You know what I mean? Where we just try and post often, post always. You know what I mean? And like you were saying earlier, the right time is where it's at. You know what I mean? Posting at the right time.
Exactly.
Kind of streamlining your social content. You know what I mean? And always fresh art, always fresh stuff. You know what I mean? So we've got a couple things in the works. We're just working on streamlining it all. You know what I mean? Making it work better for us. You know what I mean? So that we can go to that next step. You know what I mean?
Now, do you think that the apparel line is gonna get bigger? As in,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's already gotten bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like anything with a brand. It takes time.
Oh no, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? Like it takes time, and
So who are the artists on there? Are they all the people in the shop?
yes,
that you're
different
using,
artists
right?
at the shop. Primarily, Mitch does the designing, but we have a shirt from Joe Lemire in there. Bob Braden did some shirts that we had on there. One of our other artists, Josh, he has a shirt on there.
Shout out to the whole Legendary crew, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
I got
much
this
for everything
awesome
that you guys
octopus
do.
one. I love it.
That's right. I believe that's a Mitch design.
Yeah.
The octopus one. But yeah, it's primarily Mitch, but you know what I mean? Like we get the guys in on it, they got their own special shirt, you know what I mean? Like their own artwork and things of that nature. And that's cool too, you know what I mean? Because they get to be a part of it all too, you know what I mean?
Oh, for
At least
sure,
on the
for
LTs.
sure.
And I like
And it
how you
only
do your
makes sense,
ads with all the people you know wearing the shirts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
it.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
one thing that Mitch started doing since I can remember. I mean, he was always, people will always buy his shirts and stuff like that from day one because they wanted to wear that brand.
Right.
That just the fact that your shirt said Legendary Tattoos, people
Right.
would know who you're a part
Yeah,
of.
just the word legendary
Exactly.
itself is
I
legendary.
got one for
legendary.
every
Exactly.
anniversary party they had.
I know. Yes.
That's awesome.
I do.
And it's crazy because every time, where was it the other day? My son's first baseball practice back from, post-COVID or whatever you want to call it, or,
First season, we're letting him play now.
Exactly. This is the first season that he's getting to play now. And one of the dads, he's actually one of the assistant coaches along with me. He's like, "Oh, you know Bob from Legendary?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. How do you know Bob?" He's like, "Oh, we go way back." He's actually, I'm sorry. I think it's Mark or Mike. I'm not 100% sure right now. And I'm sorry that I don't remember your name.
We'll edit that out.
But yeah. He's an awesome guy.
Edit marker 22 minutes.
Right? So he actually is part of the Newport Richie Jiu-Jitsu crew.
Okay.
So he was, because he saw my shirt that I had one of the Aikido shirts on me.
Nice.
From my other son Elijah, and we started talking about martial arts, and he talked to me about Legendary, and we just kicked it off, and
it's awesome.
All of a sudden now both of our kids are in the same team, and now we're hitting it off. We're both coaching.
Small world, man.
But it's funny, everybody that knows the logo.
Right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I wear a shirt and people ask,
and the respect that comes with it, bro.
We've been there.
Well, it's just like the LTD, like Legendary Tattoos took the time to build the brand. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
And LTD is just so new, but yeah, just to finish up on that question, there's big things in the works for LTD. It's just, that brand just takes time to get in the right hands and to get in the right ears.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's just a word of the mouth. Same thing with Legendary Tattoos. Mitch was out there hustling since day one, just himself, and he was the one doing all the tattoos.
And now it takes me months to get an appointment.
Exactly. See?
I used to be able to call and be like, "Oh yeah,
that's the build,
a week or two."
I mean?
Yeah, forget
that's the
it.
build. So
just so you guys know, because we're sponsored, we don't get special treatment. We still gotta wait in line. So,
but that was built organically by him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like built up to that to run.
No, he hustled the shit out of it.
Like
He has built such a great kingdom, and
Absolutely.
with him and his beautiful family, dude. I mean, they're just so amazing people. I can't wait to have them here. I can't.
But again, exactly. I remember going to the little place in the strip center when he first had that.
Oh yeah.
And then they transitioned over to the yellow building. Everybody knows the yellow building and the Holiday Tarpon line, to going there. And I mean,
and the bus, and the truck, the legendary.
That's still my favorite assault vehicle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The bread truck.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love the bread truck.
Yes.
It's my most favorite thing.
That's kind of we should talk about it and actually turn it into like a Mad Max style of like truck.
Like I said, it's got like the big welded front on it. It's pretty awesome.
We just gotta reinforce it with some steel.
We used to take that out to shows, like 8, 9, 10 of us, you know what I mean? They're in the back and just driving down to State Theater or something to see a show, and oh man, that truck is just so awesome.
Yes.
It doesn't hurt that it's a huge billboard too.
Oh no, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. And you guys did a great job putting that.
It may be stuck in its own place right now, but it's a sign,
But even watching that expand, I mean, both between the tattoo shop and screen printing, they both went from just a couple of guys to how big it expanded. Like, I go in there now and every place is filled in there, and there's somebody there, and then if somebody leaves, somebody is right there in the shadows looking to come in to work for you guys. You know? So
it's fantastic. It's been really good. And like I said, we're just looking forward to the future and just pressing forward. You know what I mean? Just new equipment, new exciting brand new things. You know what I mean? Just like with you as well, with your piece of equipment coming, it's the next step. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this is something new and hot and fresh. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's gonna make your life easier. You know what I mean? Or transition it easier.
Now, I need to ask you, because I know Mitch is gonna be here for the next episode, so I want to spark something up between you two. I need some dirt, bro. I need some dirt.
What do we need to talk to him about?
What are some funny
ass?
Give me at least one funny ass story of something.
Oh,
because I have a story. I definitely have a story, and everybody was there.
Yeah, we need to
because it was at the shop.
I've got a ton of Mitch stories. I don't. Nothing comes to mind right.
Come on, bro.
Nothing comes to mind right at the moment.
Something that he might have done at the shop, or something funny like that has happened. Dude, I'm sure there has been.
I know. There is, man. I'm totally blanking right now. Like,
we put him on the spot.
Yeah.
So think about that and come back.
We'll come back to it. Give me a second to think on that. There's just so many. I'm like, which
one do you tell?
Yeah.
Now, what's one of the main things that make you happy these days? What is it that you really like to do?
Well, really, these days it's like, when a customer comes in and they're super satisfied, they're like, oh, I love it. It's so fantastic. We'll be back. And then like 2 weeks later, they're back with more hats. They're back with more shirts. You know what I mean? Like they're ordering like crazy. And like, that is just, to me, it's like, it's like Christmas Day. You know what I mean? You're like, I see the joy on people's faces when they get to see their creation on their shirts. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That is really what we strive. I strive for, is like just that, that sense of joy. You know what I mean? That you can bring to someone who just wants their band name on a T-shirt, or
exactly.
You know what I mean? Or their church's softball team on a shirt. They're like, we love it. It's awesome. You know what I mean? So that's really like the joyous parts of the day. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. What about aside from your business? What else? What do you like to do? What do you do on your off time?
I don't do a whole lot on my off time. I like to do a lot of relaxing. I used to, when I was in bands, it was crazy because like we would jam for so long, for so many days in a row, and it just seems like when you get out of it, all that other stuff is filled up with other things. You know what I mean? Like,
I think all of a sudden you're anything.
Like, and then you're like, how did I have the time to do that before? I feel like I don't have the time to do anything right now. So, you know what I mean? Like, I just work and relax, and you know what I mean? Like, I used to like to go to movies a lot, but this whole COVID-19 thing is just, it's killing my summer blockbuster. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen a Marvel movie in a year, you know what I mean? A year and a half.
You're feeding for
dying, you know what I mean?
That's
that's like my favorite thing to do, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm waiting for the new Deadpool movie to come out. They're making a part 3. I love Deadpool.
Melissa is like a huge Deadpool.
I love Deadpool.
Yeah, like just, like those things are like my favorite things, you know what I mean? Like going to movies and doing and concerts, as well, you know what I mean? Like, only because, you know what I mean? Like, as a musician, to see other musicians, it's awesome. And you're like, okay, this is sweet. I totally don't have to load up later. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't have to unload. You don't have to load.
Babe, I don't think you've seen it on any of the videos, but Puff was known for having a huge stack.
Yeah, it was ridiculous
of equipment.
Awesome,
a full stack. Like it was 2 full cabs.
Listen, I end up being a roadie, and I can't take
How many layers did you have in your rack?
In and out? No way.
It was something stupid.
I had like 6 or 7.
Yeah, it was. Dude, that thing was massive.
And then a fan.
Oh my god! No.
I mean, just people.
That was my sound.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and you could tell that Puff was playing that night if you were outside because everything is rumbling.
That's right.
Literally. I mean, when it comes to
be heard, man.
Yeah, for sure. He made sure that shit was
rumbling. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, especially at places like the smaller ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but that's pretty cool, man. That's,
but music always brought me joy. You know what I mean? But then, not being in it for a while, like I've got some things in the works right now that I'm doing that, hopefully it could pan out. You know what I mean? But it's not the end of the road musically for me. It's just.
When's the right time to get
in? A little bit more extended than I thought it was going to be. I would say that.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's a little bit more extended than I thought it would be. But like I said, all of a sudden,
no. Yep. You're throwing out like little. You're like that one guy with the salt on the memes that he's pouring it. Bay. Exactly. There you go. That's what you're doing right now, bro. So are you telling me that?
There might be a comeback here?
There may or may not be some kind of...
I don't know. We'll have to see what the future holds.
You want to slap that bass one more time like you're slapping that ass?
It's my favorite thing to do.
Because I know you're a drummer, too.
Oh, yeah.
You're a badass with your hands. Yeah, so...
But yeah, like I said, I haven't canceled out.
I don't know, but he's got some sexy hands. I haven't tried them like that, but yeah.
If these hands could talk.
Yes, right.
That'll be the name of my book. You know what I mean? If these hands could talk.
Oh, jeez.
Holy shit.
Dude, you should write a book. You really should write a book. Has anybody told you that?
No, I appreciate your kind words, man. That's
no. I'm not. I'm being for real. Like, you really should write a book.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be awesome.
I'm being serious. Like, I will help you promote it. I don't care. You know that. But you really should write a book.
I know, man. There's a lot of stories, man. I have to sit down, just hash things out and be like, okay, what was this story? What was that? You know what I mean? Just get all the facts straight. And by the time I write them down, it's going to be a whole book. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
Like,
at
crazy.
least, yeah.
Yep.
Because I know it's going to have at least well over 1,000 pages.
Yeah, it just takes, doing something like that, just getting out there and doing it. You know what I mean? But,
for sure.
But yeah, like I said, I haven't ruled out music completely. I just kind of been on an extended hiatus. And, I still have my basses. I just got rid of the rig. So I got rid of the rig so that I could get a better one
girls, huh?
next time.
You still have the girls.
New updated,
you know what I mean? Oh, I never got rid of the basses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's like getting rid of your girls. You can't do that.
I still got them.
Even if they're a pain in the ass.
Oh, yes. I definitely know about that. But one thing that I do have to say, was it Ibanez or Warwick that you played?
Ibanez. Ibanez SR 900 SR series.
Okay, because I have an Ibanez. I think it's an ASR something. It's a 5-string. I got it right here.
Oh, nice.
I'll show it to you later. But one thing that I loved about it is that this guy, sometimes when you play a lot, you get that wear and tear on the actual body of the guitar, of the bass. But he sweats so fucking much that all you see, it's literally a watered down body as he's playing.
Who are you talking about, Mr. Sweating?
No, I sweat when I'm drumming. I definitely say that, but it's crazy because it looks like it's part of the show. Literally, it's crazy when this motherfucker plays. It's like, dude, how do you do all that shit? Again, going back to it, dude. I never knew how you did it.
My basses take abuse, man. And that's why I always went with Ibanez, because they've been a tough fucking brand. You know what I mean? Like sweating and bleeding and
that was the other thing. Bleeding.
Sweating and bleeding. You were bleeding a lot.
Like
night after night after night, week after week after week, and you know what I mean? Like nothing. The thing's like a tank, dude. You know what I mean? Like I somebody would get something else. Like I'm not gonna bash any brand, but I mean like. Somebody would get that, and then like 3 or 4 months later, got in the shop for something. I never had anybody in the shop for anything. Yeah. Except for one of them, one time. But I punched the pickup into.
Yeah, but that was something that you did. That was something that you did.
That was something I did too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I accidentally destroyed it.
Why did you punch it? Was it while you were playing?
Yeah, it was while I was playing. Yeah.
You were so excited. You went,
no, just like hitting the bass. You know what I mean? Like I hit it up on the top, and it just went and cracked in because it was up on a tier layer, and there was a hollow port underneath it. So when I came down on it, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah, because you used to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need a
literally just banging right on the body of them, like, and just looks at you like with that face.
Did he always have the long beard?
And then he
I've
goes.
only remembered him with the long
And then he
beard.
goes. And then he goes like
it's
this.
Always been that way, huh? Even while playing. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
No, it was pretty bad.
There's some great Screaming at the Silence ones on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll look.
They have it at the New Gas Alley. There was this one guy who was working there. He was working the board, and he did some videos for us, and they were really high quality, and the audio's fantastic, straight from the board.
Yeah, I remember that was the same
with Stu
and
Tyler.
Show.
Yeah.
The same show that we play with you guys.
Yeah, that was a different incantation of Screaming at the Silence.
Okay, yeah.
With Stu and Tyler.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like I said, there was like 5 or 6 guitar players at all different times when I was in the band. You know what I mean? It was totally crazy, dude.
Stewie was fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah, Stu was great.
Shout out to Stewart.
Yeah, Stu's one of my most favorite people, man. He's an awesome dude, man.
Badass guitar player too. He used to shred the shit out of him. Holy crap! No, but he used to remind me of if you had the lead guitarist from Limp Bizkit, the guy that used to paint himself, Wes Borland or
Wes
whatever,
Borland,
and the guitar player from Limp Bizkit.
That's what
no,
you said.
Limp Bizkit and sorry.
Edit position 27 minutes, 29 seconds.
You see, you don't have to bust my balls today because he's doing it. So
and his muscle in the corner has been doing it all night.
Yeah,
We just don't hear him.
It's Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit and the guy from what is it? The bass player from Mudvayne.
Oh yeah.
Like if you put those two guys together, you get Stewart. Or if you even put Adam D from
from
Kill Switch.
Yeah.
Like those guys, that's the kind of attitude that he always had. It was so badass.
Stu was definitely one of the really awesome guitar players I worked with in Screaming at the Silence. It was great. They were all great in their own right. But Stu was definitely fun. You know, we had a good time recording that the end of that. He actually ended up making it on the album. You know what I mean? And then the one guitar player we were playing with during that didn't make it to the album.
Yeah,
we had somebody else fill in before we did the album. So it was nuts,
Shit.
man. Like I said, there was whole lot of re-recording going on in that situation.
No, that's
but it was fun, man. It was really one of the funnest times of my life too, because I really got to rope in the recording and produce it and record it and edit it and mix it, and then I sent it off to be mastered, obviously. But it was really one of those awesome times, where I got to be in control of the recording. You know what I mean? Just different aspects of bands I've been in, I wasn't in control, so stuff wouldn't get done as fast as I would
exactly,
like.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And then when I was in control, it's like...
Because you have your own timeline, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like I was already starting. I had already been recording.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, when that happened, it was just like, this is how we're going to do this. This is how everything's going to go. You know what I mean? Like, that was really awesome to do that. Yeah. But, again, like I said, like, I did it a lot of times for that one album. You know what I mean? So, but each time was a little better, and the songs got better, and then we dropped off songs that didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was awesome. And we got to put out an album. It was my first album that I put out.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So that was like definitely a joyous thing. It was definitely cool. And then, of course, Ligori was there with me on that. You know what I mean? He's
Fuck yeah.
And they're still rocking it, man. They're still doing fantastic.
Oh yes, they are.
Oh yeah.
They did a little hiatus themselves,
yeah.
And then after I was in a new, and then Mikey was in another band, Worlds Divide.
Yeah.
Where he really roped in that the reins of the lead singer. You know what I mean? As a different avenue. You know what I mean? Away from his inner circle of the Screaming at the Silence that he'd always had.
Yeah.
Now he was in this whole new thing with whole new guys. You know what I mean? So he was in this pool of like, okay, gotta step up and prove myself, whereas like everybody over here already knew him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So he had to rise to that, you know what I mean? And then coming back to Screaming at the Silence even made Screaming at the Silence even stronger because Mike had already ventured off, got that, risen above that, and then came back and locked it all into place again with some original core members.
Yep.
And then adding on Chris and everything like that, and adding on the all the members that have been in past and present. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, hell yeah.
Got Kaylin in there.
One more question that I have, and I think we're gonna close out with this.
Okay.
And this is the main question. This is one of the things that I want this podcast to be known for, is because we're bringing people in that actually is trying to make a change and trying to bring positivity to the world and trying to, out of all the bullshit that is going on in the world and all that stuff, we need to help our own,
right,
to be able to help others.
Absolutely.
So for that kid out there or that person out there, whatever age may be, that may be following your footsteps as in career-wise or life-wise or music-wise or just in life in general, what is one message that you would like to send to them to help them to keep going just the same way that you have been battling with your own stuff, right, and your changes in life and all that stuff? What is one thing that you could help them with? What is a message that you can send out there?
I would say just try everything that you possibly can. You know what I mean? Like, do everything you possibly can. You don't have to just fit within this circle. You know what I mean? Like you could have many circles and expand those circles to where they touch or they never touch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and it really just
very true.
Just try everything you know what I mean? Like travel. You know what I mean? It's life isn't the same. You know, 15 people in 3 bars. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So you got to get out while you can to realize that whether you want to come back or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just push forward, be yourself, and just don't take shit. And don't take no for an answer.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Yeah, don't take no for an answer.
And turn the fucking bass up.
Yeah.
No treble, just
turn
bass.
That bass up. Get a bigger cabinet. That's what I should have said. I should have led with that.
Exactly.
Get a bigger cabinet and turn it up to 11.
There you go. Well, you guys heard it right there. Thank you, brothers, so much for coming out to the podcast.
Thank you guys. It was fantastic.
I cannot wait to see what the future has between us and between Social Banter and Legendary. Yep. This is going to be an amazing ride. And just so you guys know, before we go, Melissa, what news do you have?
Well, local news. There are some shows going on this weekend. You guys have Whiskey River, Whiskey Wings, both on Friday night, have some acts playing. The Bearded Duo is going to play at Captain Jack's this weekend, Saturday at 5 o'clock, right there in Tarpon Springs. Friday, if you're over in Riverview, Greg White Jr. is going to be playing at the Tiki Dock from 5 to 8. Sunday, he's also playing at Seat to Table in Naples from 12 to 4. Big show down there all the time. Yep.
I played there with him not too long ago, and it was interesting because it was my first place. It's a grocery store.
Multi-level
grocery store.
Awesome.
With a bar.
But it has a full-on bar upstairs. Yes. Upstairs. It has its own ice cream parlor.
What is this called?
It's called Seat to Table.
That sounds
in
awesome.
Naples. Bro, this place is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's
Seat
crazy.
To table. It sounds awesome.
And then
they have a whole like candy area, a whole ice cream area, a whole meat area.
Really get you in there.
I know, right? Yeah.
Get you liquored up and let you loose on the grocery store.
You stay there for a full day. You go
thinking?
there for a whole day, literally.
Wow.
People stay there for at least more than 10 hours.
That's a housebound's dream.
This place is humongous.
Martinis.
We're not sponsored by them either.
Exactly. See?
We're definitely not sponsored by them either. But if you guys are willing to, we're here.
But then you also have our very own DJ Danalytics.
Really?
He's playing the day before Super Bowl, so he's playing Saturday, February 6th.
It's a pre-Super Bowl party.
At Maloney's downtown at 9 o'clock. He'll be
downtown
DJing over there.
Yeah,
so you'll want to check him out.
I'm going to be in the ones and twos.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm going to be doing that Saturday, February 6th. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
So we got a few things around the area you can go to. People are still playing. There's a few things out there.
And just so you guys know, as always, we do know, and I do want to apologize right now because I don't know what happened with our last episode in Spotify. But Spotify, if you're listening,
help us out.
We sent you an email. Help us out. Come on. Anyways, these next few episodes should be good on Spotify. So I'm gonna try to reload and try to keep working on that and figure it out. But anyways, we're also on every single other platforms, so it doesn't matter. We're on iHeartRadio, we're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, TuneIn, which is Alexa. Yeah, I said Amazon.
No, you said Amazon.
Amazon. See? You see? Anyways, TuneIn, which is Alexa. So if you have an Alexa at home, just say, Alexa, play the Social Banter Podcast, and she'll start playing it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We tried it here just to make sure it worked.
Also,
awesome.
It was awesome.
We're also on Player FM and Listen Notes and all the other ones like Stitcher and all that stuff. But anyways, to close out, I want to hear you say it, just like back in the MTV days. This is this is Puff, and you're listening to Social Banter Podcast.
Right. Yo, what up? This is Puff. You're listening to Social Banter Podcast. Plug in.
All right, guys. You heard it from the one and only himself, Puffers. And we're out. Oh, wait a second. What song are we going to play?
Oh, I don't know. I was going to leave that up to you. I sent you a couple. I believe.
Yeah, he sent me like 4 of them. I only need one.
Yeah.
So it's from what band?
It's from Stigma.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to probably go with Cannon Fodder.
All
probably
right.
one of the cooler tracks that we had back in the day.
Yeah, you got some pretty badass
Mitch is
bass
on there
lines
too,
on that.
so you'll hear Mitch up on there too.
Oh,
Awesome.
On the lead guitar,
So
right?
you got to hear...
he's on lead rhythm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got to hear a little bit in the intro, and now you hear the whole thing at the end.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Enjoy. And Social Banter here, and we're out. Have a good night. Love you guys.
Salute.
Good night.